need to pick your brain on how they even thought about it. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, bro. When I saw it, I was so fucking sad.
Dude, I mixed one of my cans in with all these empty cans.
And you can't blame it.
Well, all these are empty. I don't know my shit's empty. It's crazy. I'm about to.
You get a cut?
Bro, I'm tweaking out, bro. I'm like a crack fiend right now, dude. Where's my shit? That's wild, bro.
Damn, dog. All these empty. Damn. It's right here, bitch.
You found it?
Yeah. That's a term. That's a term of endearment in Texas.
I'm like a crackhead.
I was about to say.
Looking for my shit. All right, bet.
He's like, let me give it a little serenade.
I'ma strip the wealth, even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. That life gon' get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Uncle Strib. I got my boy Bryan Sosa in the building.
That was clean.
Appreciate it. Now, I do have to call out one person because Mr. Paul Anthony Angelo II, who said he was going to come to the pod today, and this has been scheduled for weeks, decided not to show. Not only did he not show, he couldn't even send a text saying, hey, bro, I'm not going to be able to make it. So we're sitting here waiting on him.
Dodging in the group chat. We got receipts.
Dodging in the group chat. I called him 5 times. It rings. It's going to voicemail. So I know he's seeing it and he's not answering on purpose.
And you can't say the baby's is on the phone. You're lying.
Come on, bro. So shout out to Paul.
Shout out to Paul.
Like, we're not surprised.
Not surprised.
We're not surprised.
Not surprised.
We're not surprised. But I literally texted this morning. He said he's going to be there.
That's what's even crazier, bro. He gave you your word this morning.
I know, bro. This morning.
But now what do you do if I don't need Muller?
What do you do? Now, Brian, before we get into the topic of conversation, this is your first time on...
Correct.
This is your first time
on the podcast in general.
Right. So I want you to kind of just give a little introduction, like where you're from, and kind of, your backstory. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
For those of y'all who do not know me, I'm just a kid from the Valley. I was born and raised in Harlingen, Texas. It's a small little city, right under about Ravenville, McAllen, Westico, all that. Just a good little heart of the Valley. Born and raised there, 18 years. Grew up playing football. That's why me and Finis obviously get along so well. After that, graduated high school, came to San Antonio. I am now in my last semester of my criminal justice degree. I will be graduating in May. And after that, it's full military, and I'm proud of that. I do take a lot of pride in it, and I think I'm going to do great. I screwed up a lot in my life, made some mistakes, but at the end of the day, it would not have led me to where I am right now, and I'm thankful for being where I am right now. So, with that being said, the one and only, Bryan Sosa.
Now, do you have, that's marvelous, do you have because military is such a broad thing, do you have anything in particular?
I want to do Ranger.
Ranger? That's like next level, bro.
It's next level.
That's not like you're running the mill.
No,
That's
it's
in the trenches.
It's a special forces concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. How do you so like how does I don't know if you know, but so I assume you enlist into the general military?
Correct.
And then do you say, hey, I want to be is there how do you go about
The
choosing
process?
what branch you want to go
So 2 of my buddies actually have done Ranger already. They passed RASP, they did actual Ranger school, they were full on in a battalion. One of them got deployed, one of them did not. But the way you actually do go about it is, so you will sign an infantry contract because that is under the infantry part of the actual United States military. So since I'll be graduating with the college degree in May, whenever I do go to a recruiter, I can request what's called an Option 40 contract. And that basically states as soon as I complete basic and then I do finish airborne, I immediately get sent to RASP and I get a chance at becoming an actual Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little different. If you were coming straight out of high school, they're going to think oh, this is just a knucklehead, doesn't know what he's getting into.
Right.
To the point where you would actually have to you'd have to finish basic, go to airborne, and then you have to get recommended from airborne to go to ranger.
Right.
But since I have a college degree, I get to skip all that, and I get to straight request. All right, at the end of basic and airborne, I go straight to RAS.
Right.
No questions asked.
Right. You don't have to you don't have to have like that cosign from
Exactly for whoever your commanding officer is at that time. Yeah.
That's dope. I don't know if I said this on a pod, but I was talking to somebody where, so like right now the job market for what I want to do is very, very dry. Yeah. It's super dry because I want to be a professor, and right now it's like I was looking because I'm expected to graduate in December. We'll see how that goes, but I'm close to graduating. Yeah, I'm close to graduating at some point. Getting into a professorship is super hard without doing a postdoc. I'm trying to get in without the postdoc.
I don't know
a postdoc is. It's literally a postdoctoral position. So a postdoc is like, it's the same thing. Basically, it's the same thing as a graduate research assistant, but you're not a graduate. You're a salary employee.
Yeah.
So you just do research. Usually, I mean, some people go postdocs in industry, but if I do a postdoc, I'd work with somebody that's a professor at a university
who's doing research
already, and they can hire me through grant, through whatever university, whatever. They hire me, and I do the research with them. So I'm literally a paid researcher, but it's after I get my doctorate, so the postdoc. So the way it works is usually you graduate your PhD, you do usually a couple postdocs because it's resume builders. Because at the end of
you have to show these doctors that you're going to go above and beyond and help them whenever.
Right. So after the postdoc, generally you have a paper that gets published, and the biggest thing that they look at for professors and this and the third is not only how many papers do you have published, but like the quality of the paper, like what field it's in.
No, yeah, like are they verified and like top?
Right, because they got to be peer reviewed,
recognized, peer reviewed. Yeah.
Exactly. So, some people do 3-4 postdocs, they get 3-4 papers published, and then you go for a position at a university, and you start off maybe associate professor, assistant professor, and you work your way up. I'm trying to go from PhD straight into the professorship. It's harder because generally when you do postdocs, you're bouncing around.
No, yeah.
It's like
from school to school, doctor to doctor,
exactly.
Research to research. Your brain is just full
of shit. The postdocs they're usually 1 to 2 years. So it's like I'm not trying to go 1 to 2 years here in Houston, and then maybe 1 to 2 years in Iowa. Like you're usually wherever you get accepted, so you can be all over. I'm trying to go straight into a university, put in my time, et cetera. But right now, that's like it's looking impossible.
I was about to say that sounds unheard of.
Right, but what I've told myself is I'm gonna give myself 5 years. That includes the postdoc.
Okay.
If I'm gonna give myself from the moment I graduate, I have 5 years to try to get in at a university. At this point, like I have like not top choices, but at this point, I just want to get in anywhere.
Yeah.
Because as long as I
get your feet wet.
As long as I'm in a university, I can do what I want to do in terms of that, what comes with that. Because once I'm in the university, I get funded by the university. I can get money to fund community-based outreach.
You can even get federal grants. All that.
Exactly.
You're eligible.
Exactly. Exactly. Through the university, it's easier to do that than just some rando. But I'm gonna give myself 5 years. If I don't get where I want to be in 5 years, I'm gonna join law enforcement. Because my plan A was to.
So let me ask you this.
My plan A was to join law enforcement. Because my granddad was a sheriff. I did criminal justice in high school, and I wanted to get into forensics. That was my plan A.
Yeah.
My plan B was the whole science stuff.
Yeah.
Then in senior year, it switched, and I went science. But now, after 5 years, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna try to join the police academy and then work my way either. I want to be a detective or like SWAT special forces.
Yeah.
Or like high up in the forensics department.
Yeah.
Working with like evidence and shit.
I'll tell you one thing, man. You go into the military with a PhD, like the actual Army, Air Force, Navy. Oh.
I feel like I'm too wild for that though.
Man.
I want to.
Surprised, man.
I feel like I'm
crazy dudes.
No, I mean like, I'm trying to be in some shit.
Yeah.
Like I feel like. Yeah.
Honestly, man, I could see you being an Air Force PJ.
What is that?
Pararescue? Once you go rescue Navy SEALs?
Oh, dude, I wouldn't. Bro, I wouldn't mind.
Navy SEALs are like right here. PJs are right there, right under a SEALs a Ranger.
Yeah.
There's levels to it, and that's the highest levels of PJ.
Yeah,
Not a lot of
that'd
people
be
know
dope.
about PJ.
That'd be dope. I've always thought about working like just EMT rescues. The people that like, you ever hear those stories? People skiing and they end up stuck, and then they got the
avalanche going, and they jump out that helicopter.
the fucking carabiner that
crazy.
I want to do something.
That's
where
what I
I'm
want to
helping
do.
people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think a great way to do that is go ranger.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just
that's the what's the
it's
word?
the tip of the spear.
Yeah.
That's
how you get to.
Yeah. Rangers, SEALs, PJs, MARSOC. Those four are the top. Everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't mind being not a ranger, but what are they called? A park ranger. I think that'd be dope too.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know, but that's like my fallback is something in law enforcement. But I don't want to be a beat cop though. Like I want to do something like
meaningful.
Either EMT, like emergency rescue, special forces, detective.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you gotta work.
See, and that's what sucks. You know, you go into the police academy, you graduate, you get out. Luckily for you, obviously you're gonna have a PhD, so I doubt they'll make you a beat cop. You know, they know you're smarter than just the average dude that they're given a uniform and like a badge. You know? So in terms of that, I'm pretty sure they would start you off at a detective, but they would already have you on a path to where you can become like a sergeant or at least like a chief. You know what I mean? I mean, if that's what you want to do. You know? Because at the end of the day, once you move up in the police, you're not gonna see no action. You're gonna sit behind a desk all day. You're gonna be shaking hands.
Yeah, you're
gonna be talking to the mayor.
I want some action. I want a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, you know?
I want to be the guy, like, I love solving problems and puzzles.
And that's why, after I get out the military, I want to do FBI or CIA. And I want to be a field agent. That way, all right, you know, we got a problem here, we got a problem in Mexico.
Let's figure this shit out.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude, I love figuring stuff out.
Yeah. I just realized, like, growing up and stuff, and even being in the engineering program for 3 years here at UTSA, like, I couldn't sit behind a desk. Like, I would be there doing my work, whatever, and my thoughts are just here, you know, and I'm just like, no, like, this just, when I do hands-on things, and someone gives me, like, something to do, and it's a problem, like you said, and there's a way to fix it, and coming up with that is the best part. Once you really figure it out, and you just understand, like, all right, this is a problem, we already figured out half of it, because we know this is the problem, so all we need to do is just get here. And how do we get there, then? Perfect.
Now, what's the timeline on like a process of what you're trying to do?
So basic, so I graduate in May. I wanted to do basic in winter, just because people always say basic in winter is a lot easier. You know, it's cold, you're running, you're doing this at the third. You're not like overwhelmed with heat and just exhaustion. You know what I mean? I'd rather run in the cold than I would run in the fucking.
I'm the opposite, but.
Oh, you're the opposite? No.
Oh, dude, I can't do cold.
The thing is, I'm from South Texas, real hot. You know what I mean?
I love it.
But no, yeah. So talking times table, right? I want to sign a 4-year contract. I want to be in Ranger already by a year in. I mean,
is that doable, or is that like you're on like next level pushing it, or is that like a?
I mean, it's doable because at the end of the day, right? If I'm not mistaken, basic is a month. And then after basic, I go straight to airborne. Airborne, if I'm not mistaken, is 3 months. So that puts me at a 4-month timetable into my first year.
That's not bad.
And then once I get out of airborne, I go straight to RASP, which is only a 6-week program. And then once you get out of RASP, all right, you're a certified ranger. They send you to a battalion. You go start learning ranger life, you know, getting up in the morning, PT, eating, going and doing your job, whatever it is that day, if they're teaching you. CQB, or actual mortars, like jumping out of planes, you know, like riding down the things, like just depends on what that day is. You obviously have to finish RASP, be in your battalion for a little bit, and then you get selected for actual ranger school. Ranger school is it's not mandatory to be a ranger, just it looks better because it's a leadership academy. But it's offered to Marines, Air Force, Navy, like the regular Army. Anybody can go to Ranger school. Okay. It just looks better.
It's a resume builder.
Exactly.
It looks good on the resume.
It looks better whenever you're on your thing. You have 2 Ranger tabs, not just one. Right. But once you get that second one, that's when they're like, oh shit, like
he's been through this shit.
Been through this shit. You know what I mean? But definitely, when I was looking at it, you can become a ranger within a year of you just signing your initial contract and finishing basic and airborne. Yeah.
Just going through it.
And for then 3 years straight, I mean, you'll just be in your battalion, whether that's in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken, one's in Fort Benning, Georgia, and they have another one in South Carolina. So you'll be at any 3 of those ranger bases, right? So once you actually finish RASP. And they do give you the option to choose which one you want to go to. So.
And then, so let's say your Rangers, like, are you just kind of waiting around for like, hey, we got a mission type? Damn.
Literally. So I'm gonna get paid to work out all day, shoot guns, and do me until they say, hey man, we need you in the Middle East to go guard a
And then I feel like Rangers is one of those things where like when you get called, like you might not be called all the time, but when you get called, it's some shit.
It's some shit.
Yeah, because my my criminal justice teacher in high school was she worked at SWAT for Franklin, Tennessee, and that's one reason why I would be in like special ops, because it's like most of the time, especially in Franklin back then, like crime's not really a big problem, and if it is, it's usually like small stuff. It's like, so you're usually for the most part chilling, but when you get that phone call, that means some shit has gone down and they need some backup. Yeah. So it's like you get called for some shit.
So that's how you know when that phone starts ringing and you see that number.
It's like, oh, get your shit ready.
Today, you know what I mean?
That's dope though. That's dope, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's just something I know I want to do, you know? And obviously my parents look at it, they're like, oh, like, why would you want to go put your life on the line? You can die doing this shit. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, someone's got to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And I figured out that I'm more than likely that person. So I said,
hey, man, if you love doing it, then it's all worth it.
Man, exactly.
Now, B, what are some hobbies that really gets you going?
Well, just like you, you know, I like to work out. One of my other hobbies, obviously, understanding the game of football. Knowing the ins and outs of football.
We have we have a Dallas Cowboys fan here. First of all,
I die. Tony Romo days were just great days. We just never got him a defense.
They bless your heart, but, you know.
And Des caught it, you know.
But, yeah.
I know. I've been going through it for the past 20 years. I know.
Yeah. And then not only that, but did you root for the Eagles? Were you Team Eagles or Team Chiefs? I know you don't really care.
Honestly, I didn't care at all, but I did want Devontae Smith to get a championship.
Okay.
So I wasn't mad. I wanted Saquon Barkley. I was not going for the Eagles. I was going for Saquon Barkley, and I was going for Devontae Smith.
Okay, because
everybody else,
because
you know,
the Dallas Cowboy fans that upset me are the people that. So like, I'm the opposite, right? Yeah. Where some people, a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans are going against the Eagles because they're divisional rivals. You don't want your divisional rival to win, so they go for the Chiefs, or they're just maybe not going for the Chiefs, but they just don't want Eagles to win, right? And I'm like, okay, I guess I understand that, but it's like
put the pride to the side.
Right, put the pride aside, but like, and then it's like legitimate reason. Now, if somebody was like, oh, I don't want the Eagles to win because I love Patrick Mahomes or like this, that, I'm like, okay, cool. But if you just don't want the Chiefs to win because you're fuck Chiefs because you're a Cowboys fan, I'm like, yo, fam, it's not that. I understand it is that. Yeah. I don't want to say it's not that serious because a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans, it is that serious.
Very serious.
It is, but it isn't. Calm down. But
there's balance in the world,
right?
And sometimes you just gotta.
You can be a Dallas Cowboys fan and still want Hurts to win because you kind of like Hurts.
Yeah, I watched the guy at Alabama. I watched him get benched. I watched him go ball out at OU.
Right.
Like, it's more than just the team he's playing for now. And I can recognize that. So when it comes to like players that I do like, even if they do go to like division rival teams, I'm not gonna be fuck that team. It's gonna be more just like
Jesus Christ.
All right, like fuck that team, but I still want you to win. I want you to eat. You know what I mean? So,
that's how I am.
That's how I look at it.
With the Ravens, I'm a Titans fan,
and you love.
There's nothing more I would want than for Derrick Henry to get him a ring. A well-deserved ring.
It should have happened this year.
It should have. I was pulling for the Ravens because I just want Derrick Henry to just
get. He deserves it. And even though he went to the top team in your division,
I was still rooting for the
guy.
For the Ravens. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm also a Lamar Jackson fan too.
Love Lamar.
But I'm saying I'm the opposite because in college level, I played obviously SEC football, and we had like Arkansas. Like our rival in the SEC.
No, yeah, when you play SEC ball, it's fuck every other SEC team.
But so I'm the opposite. So when it comes to SEC play,
now
if it's SEC versus anybody else, I go for the SEC team. It could be Mizzou's SEC rivals Arkansas. It could be Arkansas versus
South Carolina.
Non-SEC. Insert any other team that's not SEC. I'm going for Arkansas.
So I
want every SEC team to win non-conference games. Now, when it's internal, cool. Like, hey, you know, I'm riding for my MIZ. This is in the third. But if it's Bama versus Clemson or Bama versus Ohio State, I'm roll motherfucking Tide. Because I want SEC to be, I want the conference as a whole to be successful. So I want
to be the best conference in football. The way it's been for like the past,
bro,
like 40, 50,
have you been watching
years?
college basketball recently? SEC is going crazy. I've been saying this. I said this like 4 years ago when we first started the pod on Garden 615. Shout out Mark, Mitch, and Calvin. I literally said, I said, bro, I think SEC basketball in a few years is going to become with like the pinnacle. What is it? Is it ACC that was like dominant basketball?
Whatever Duke and Kentucky said. I'm not sure what.
Well, Kentucky's SEC, but
Kentucky.
Yeah.
No way. Yeah. Oh, you're right. They are.
Yeah, they're SEC.
Yeah.
But like, I literally said that the SEC as a conference in basketball is going to start dominating college basketball, dude. And people said I was crazy because like they weren't bad, but it was like in the middle.
ACC.
It was ACC. Yeah. ACC. But it was like kind of in the middle, you know. It was usually ACC, and then what was whatever, like Ohio State.
Big Ten.
Big Ten. It's Big Ten, and it was ACC because you got Ohio State, Michigan State, Duke, etc. Where's North Carolina?
And then you got Gonzaga, Vanderbilt, fucking UConn, all those northern, like by Jersey and all that, all those basketball teams, crazy.
Right. So I said that, and bro, as of right now, the SEC
aren't like the top 3 teams SEC teams, something like that.
Top 4. I haven't checked since the All-Star break, so it's been a couple weeks. But not only that, but out of the top 25, they have 10 teams. I don't know where they're at now. 10 teams in the top 25, and they are projected for 13 SEC teams to make the March Madness, which would be the most in NCAA history from one conference.
Duke is in SEC, right? Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, top 3 teams or top 4 teams are SEC.
Who is it?
Auburn, Florida, Duke, Alabama.
Not Duke.
No. 3 out of the 4.
Oh, 3 out of the yeah.
I forget Florida's SEC, but no, it makes sense. It's Florida, man. Those Tim Tebow days.
And then Tennessee was number 1 for a little bit.
They were at the beginning, whenever it was like the first.
I think
they're
10,
15 games
8 now.
Yeah,
they're top 10.
Let's check it. Actually, I only checked the top 4.
But yeah, I love sports. Love sports. And then speaking of basketball, while we're on here, I actually just did this topic on the NBA coverage with my boy Coach Calvin. What's your take on the trade that has shocked the world, the Luka and AD trade?
I just don't get how you trade the Slovenian sniper.
Now, hear me out.
I'm gonna listen.
Now, when it first happened, I was shocked, right? Luka's supposed to be like this untradeable piece, right? And then I'm not even gonna talk about they talk about the conditioning. I'm not even talking. Let's put all the bullshit to the side. I think it's cap. Let's just put that to the side. Here's my thing. If you're Dallas, and this is after I saw what the GM said. He said defense wins championships, and they're wanting to go all in on a defensive big. I'm like, okay, I can respect that because defense is very important.
It's pivotal in winning championships.
Right. So, but then I looked on paper. I was like, hey, this team, you got Kyrie, Clay, AD, and that AD is at the 4. He's not at the 5 because you had Gafford at the 5. Now, this is at the time. Right now, it's paid off for the Lakers because AD's hurt, Gafford's hurt. I think they have somebody else that's hurt that's crucial to their lineup. But
it's just Kyrie out there right now.
And I think is Clay hurt? I don't know.
I'm mistaken.
So I think it's Clay who I was thinking about.
It's not even Clay that he's hurt. It's just he's a 6-man.
I think he's
not in the starting.
I think he doesn't start since
he's off the bench.
Well, regardless. So right now it's different, but at the time this was my thought process. I was like, this could be a problem.
No, when I looked at it on paper, I was like, oh.
Because think about this.
I was like, this makes sense.
It makes sense, right? Now, it makes sense for like the next 2 or 3 years. It doesn't necessarily make sense down the road. I will give you that. But and here's also the other thing. All right, you take Luka off, right? Because let's be honest, Luka's a liability defensively, right? You take him off, you put in AD. You don't get that much worse. And let's assume healthy lineup, right? Which I know is a problem with Anthony Davis, but just for sake of argument, you have a healthy Dallas team. Offensively, they don't get that. They're not that much worse because AD's averaging a high 28 I think, around 30
I was
points per
about to
game.
say that they only just improved on the defensive side.
They improved drastically on defense. Let's just say
Now they have an
drop,
actual paint protector and
Right.
somebody can get a rebound.
right, and they still have Lively. That's who it was that was hurt. Lively's hurt. They still have Lively. So they get, let's say, a point worse offense. Let's say 1 point, but defensively they are better by 6 points.
To the point, yeah, I was about to say
It's
that
drastic.
the margins just
Now Lakers, you get drastic.
Lakers, shout out.
And then here's the thing: I don't think Lakers get drastically worse defensively. Now, since their run, they've won like 12 of the past 15 games. They're the hottest team out. Since
And that's that LeBron ain't even really been playing like
bro,
that.
since that run, they are ranked, I believe, second. They're top 5 offensive and defense and net rating. Their defense has been playing phenomenal, and part of that was Anthony Davis. So you get rid of that. Yes, you lose a little bit defensively, but I only think you lose maybe 3 points defensively.
Yeah.
Offensively, you get a little bit better because Anthony Davis is averaging like a 28, 29 point double-double,
Yes.
which is huge.
And Luka's only averaging what, 30 and
30,
change?
not a 30-point single double.
Yeah, I was about
Right.
to say single though.
So I could see where I think, obviously in the long run, I think Lakers win it, but I think that trade at the time was
It seemed
almost
outrageous.
a wash. But I give a little bit still towards the Lakers because here's
Yeah.
the thing. One, I think Luka gets better defensively. One, because he's with LeBron James.
Yes.
And two, JJ Redick's not playing that shit. JJ Redick is going to make sure he
He's
develops
not playing
defensively.
games. Yeah.
Not only that, if we go through the roster for the Lakers, two-way players. They have enough defensive players, especially on the perimeter, because he's a guard. They can literally make up or kind of hide that weakness in his defense. You got Jared Vanderbilt, 3-and-D. Gabe Vincent, phenomenal perimeter defender, and he's 3-and-D.
In Miami.
You got Finley, 3-and-D.
Yeah.
You have Jackson Hayes, who's getting better, but he is a 7-footer defense, athletic rim protector. They just signed 7-footer out of Sacramento, Alex Yen, defensive rim protector. You got LeBron James, who guard 1 through 5. AR-15, another phenomenal perimeter defender, and they all rotate.
They rotate off the top.
So they're so defensively stacked roster-wise, it almost doesn't matter that Luka's defense is not that good. It almost doesn't matter.
Everybody else makes up for it, even when he's scoring 35 a game. Obviously, that hasn't happened yet. He hasn't even scored more than what, like 19?
No, he scored 20. He scored 24 his second game, I believe.
Okay.
But he's still on minutes restriction because he had played in 6 weeks.
Because he had the calf thing. Yeah,
Right, so he's come off injury.
Yeah,
but
no, yeah, I don't blame the guy. He's obviously got to get his feet wet back under him, and it's like you say, they did not get drastically worse on defense because of all the two-way players that they have, the 3-and-D guys, right, the rim protectors. If those guys can step up and continue to make plays and just grow as defensive players, they won't even have to take shot attempts. It's all right, you know, get the rock, give it to Luka, give it to Bron, give it to AR. All right, let them do their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We saw the reincarnation of Kobe fucking Bryant the other day, and AR dropping like 45.
45.
With step backs
and that was LeBron and
both of them out.
Out. So
It was the AR show, and he showed us why.
They're showing that they have not only the depth now,
And the talent.
they have the talent to where you don't have to rely LeBron on to do absolutely everything.
LeBron doesn't have to drop a triple-double every night for them to win games.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They can go out there, drop a cool 25, couple assists, couple rebounds, and it's like, all right, you know, we're rolling. You know, this works.
And they're playing. If you've watched
Phenomenal.
their games, they're
Phenomenal.
Offensively,
Phenomenal.
they're playing a motion
Did you
offense.
see
They're moving around.
the full court to LeBron?
Yeah,
Luka?
where he
Right.
fucking his face lit up, that big ass smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it honestly looks like LeBron's playing with Dwayne Wade again.
And I think
There's just no
I think we need to give credit to JJ Redick because remember early in the season they were
Dog shit.
record wise they were the same as Darvin Ham at first. But what I think why JJ Redick is going to be a successful coach, one, we all know IQ wise where he's at in terms of just next level IQ as a
his
coach.
IQ as a coach is second to none.
Not only that, his ability to make adjustments not only with rotation but throughout the season and even during
Matchups, all of it.
matchups, dude. Now Lakers are sitting. I believe they were like at one point 11th. They're sitting 5th in the West, and in the West, I believe 3rd through 7th is all within like a game and a half each other. So they could literally be sitting. If they keep this run up, they could be sitting 3rd in the West when it comes to playoff time.
All right, top 3 teams with what? Nuggets, OKC, and hopefully the Lakers.
It'd be right now. 1 is OKC, 2 is Memphis, 3 is Denver.
Makes no sense to me how
Houston's 4.
Memphis is in the West, but
Yeah, the line is like that.
yeah, it's all
it's weird.
up. Yeah. In terms of that, I like Memphis, bro. I just outside of Zach Edey and John Morant, like who do they have? Marcus Smart.
Desmond Bain.
He's good. Don't get me wrong.
They play team ball. Is what it
I'm
is.
hating right now. No,
They
I
play
know.
team ball.
It's just on that team. There's only one superstar, and it's John.
That's what's different. We're so used to like the Celtics.
Having a couple super Jalen Brown,
and
fucking Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, you know.
Kristaps Porzingis. Like you're used to these teams having stars. Yeah.
And when you see teams like obviously Memphis win just playing team ball, it never works come playoff time. And
we'll see.
Seen it. And let me tell you when it didn't work. 2 years ago, whenever Memphis got knocked out by the Lakers, lost 4-1.
Yeah.
Why? They don't have another superstar on that team.
Yeah.
And even then at that time, AD was hurt most of the time. It was just LeBron out there getting buckets. It was rookie Austin Reeves. They really didn't have nobody, and they still got beat. You know what I mean? So when I look at Memphis, yes, they do absolutely phenomenal during the regular season, but it never fails. They crumble during the playoffs. Why? Because John Morant's out. He's in trouble. The rest of the team looks like they have their hands tied behind their back. Nobody can play defense. Nobody wants to get a rebound. You know, it's like.
Speaking of that, you know what I used to say? So remember that run where the Lakers needed perimeter shooting because they didn't have a lot of perimeter guys, and that's when they went out and got like
Rui.
Prince and all them or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Rui! Oh, we didn't mention Rui Hashimura was playing out of his mind, bro. And another two-way player. They have Rui guarding the 5 on some matchups.
That's how aggressive that boy. He's a guard.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a guard, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But they needed them, so that's when they went and got Melo because they needed What frustrated Melo's my favorite player of all time. What frustrated me with the Lakers is that Melo had the best 3-point shooting on that team, and they kept him on the bench. He was shooting 40-something% from the 3 that year.
He should have been the honorable 6 man every single fucking game.
The 6 man.
Yes, because at the end of the day, is he gonna go and fucking get 3 steals? No. But he's gonna put his hands up on the perimeter, and every time he gets in his little sweet spot in the corner and you dish him out, that's a green.
Bro, they had him on they had their best 3-point shooter on the bench, barely getting minutes, dude. That frustrated me.
Maybe 10-15 minutes a game. Maybe 10-15 minutes a game.
And so
ridiculous.
So that's when they went, and then I used to always say because they got the Caleb Martin dudes that were killers from the 3, and I used to always say they will go out and get guys for perimeter shooting would get there and just forget how to shoot a 3. Because every time they went to the Lakers,
another perfect example,
they'd shoot 30% from the 3 that year.
Horrible. Another perfect Danny Green. In 2019, when they won the championship, that guy forgot how to shoot a fucking 3-pointer. Like, honestly, and during the regular season, he was a sniper. But then when it comes to the bubble, he's all brick, side of the fucking backboard. Just a complete air ball. And I'm just like, not the Green Ranger that I know. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
But no, you're not wrong. Every single time that the Lakers sign a perimeter shooter, it's like they just... Like the Earth's tilt in LA is just different or something.
Not the Earth's tilt.
You know what I mean? There's gotta be something. You know what I mean?
The stadium's slanted.
It's just horrible. I'm just like, wow. And I hate to say it, and I first noticed it the most. My favorite player of all time, Russell Westbrook.
Man.
Went to LA.
Well, no, but here's
to be
why
fair, he was not allowed to play his style of basketball, and I think that affected his confidence.
Not only that, here's my thing with Russ, because people started dragging Russ through the ground with that. He's never been an efficient shooter.
He's a high volume shooter. He's gonna take 40 shots. He's only gonna make 10, but he's still gonna make 30 points.
If you look at his career field goal percentage, it's like 43%. So when he's shooting 44% from the field for the season, and part of it is the market, because he was at the Wizards the year before that, which is a smaller market, so he gets put on the biggest stage in the biggest market. But it's like everybody's like, "Oh, Russell Westbrook." I say, "Hey, first, as a fellow Russell Westbrook fan, my third favorite player currently playing is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
No, third.
I was about to say,
I think it's my second current.
My 2 in the game right now is LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. That's it.
I'm trying to. I think Westbrook's my number 2 current player behind LeBron. But I got a jersey. So
I got both. Yeah, I got.
Yeah. So as a fellow Westbrook fan, I'm like, if you are a fan of Westbrook, you know he's never been an efficient shooter.
No.
So when he's out there again, now like you said, they played him almost as if he's a 3-and-D guy. He's not a 3-and-D guy. And that's why it was such a struggle. That was
a true point guard.
But what happened? They put him in they put him as a 6th man to run with the second unit. What happened? He started balling because the play was ran through him.
Yes. And
they didn't look at him to sit in the corner and shoot a 3 when he's not a 3-point shooter.
He's not a 3-point shooter. And that's what they tried to make it. They tried to do with Russell Westbrook what Miami did with Ray Allen.
Right.
Went from the Bucks being a slasher, driving to the rim,
dunking people don't remember.
People don't remember Bucks
Ray Allen.
Was a dunker. He was a dog. He was a dog.
He was a dunker.
Only elite ball knowers know that.
He was a dunker
when he
first
was in Milwaukee. That fucker looked like Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Goes to Miami, or no, I'm lying. He goes to Boston.
Yeah.
Becomes like the greatest 3-point shooter of all time since Steph Curry. That's what they tried to do with Russell Westbrook because they thought he was Ray Allen. He's not.
And then,
but
look what happens when he gets to a team that knows how to use him. He's with Denver.
He's averaging like 20. If I'm not mistaken, he's averaging a triple-double. But just like a 14-point triple-double.
He's killing with Denver, bro.
He's a dog because Nikola Jokic understands how to put players, even besides the coaching staff, right?
Right.
He knows how to put players in positions to win. He figured it out with Russ. He understands, all right, this is pass first guy now.
Yeah.
I'm a pass first guy now. So even when he throws me the rock, he runs full fucking speed. Because I would argue Russell Westbrook behind De'Aaron Fox is the fastest player in the NBA. I really don't think Russ has lost a step.
No, I mean, and he's still dunking on people.
Retarded. Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. So when you find two players like that who are unselfish, because Russ, you can say he's a selfish player, but how would he average 4 years straight, 12 assists a game?
Exactly. Yeah.
People say he's stat padding this. How
if
you
you
stat pad assists?
Those people that don't actually watch the game, they're just going off of the numbers they see on TV.
Sorry.
And part of it is you got guys on, not to call out anybody specific, but you got guys on like these talk shows that are giving their opinions. That again, that's their opinion. But that's their opinion. When I watch the game, I don't see a guy that's stat padding. I see a guy that's trying to do whatever it takes to win the game.
Games.
If he's got a rebound, he's got to go rebound. If he's got to drive and dish, he's got to drive and dish. Like
that's why I'm saying I've always thought Russell Westbrook is the most unselfish player in the league when it comes to winning. Because even if you put the whole load on his back, he's give me more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can respect that out of the guy.
I just respect how he just plays like an absolute dog, bro.
He reminds me of Kobe.
Yeah,
point guard.
He's got a little bit of that.
He's got a little bit of Kobe.
He's got a little bit of that dog in him.
You get a little bit of dog, and I think it's a dying breed. A lot of these players now, oh, my back hurts, my ankle hurts, I don't want to play, and it's like, oh, if I'm not getting 30 shot attempts a game, like trade me. It's like, dude, do what it takes to win. Beat Devin Booker on this year's USA team.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal role player. Clamps on defense. I'm actually glad you brought that up because I think Devin Booker's defense is so underrated, and I think he really got to show the level of defender he is on the biggest stage in the world.
And that's why LeBron specifically asked, I don't want Jason Tatum in the lineup. I want Devin Booker. Why? Because Jason Tatum why am I not getting 20, 30 shots attempts like KD, Bron, and Steph? You're not KD, Bron, and Steph.
Also, I think part of the reason why he didn't get money to play time is because he had
the NBA championship.
Well, no, he had one of the worst shooting performances in the finals. For the finals, he shot 32%.
He was horrible. Yeah, and everybody's why isn't Jason Tatum playing? Why isn't?
And then when he did play, he was still kind of in that slump. Like he didn't shoot very well.
No, yeah, he was shooting threes and just bricking them.
Yeah.
Like he was just pulling up every chance he got from the 3-point, just missing everything.
Absolute talent, though. Jason Tatum's an absolute talent, though.
You are a dog. I'm not hating on you, bro. I'm just saying
criticism.
Constructive criticism. But I know next.
He's playing phenomenal this year, though.
Next USA basketball thing, you're gonna go get a gold medal. You're gonna lead the team.
He's playing good now. Because for me, Jason Tatum,
I love Jason Tatum.
It's an efficiency game for him now.
I love Jason Tatum.
It's an efficiency game for him. He doesn't need to find another level of play. He needs to continue this level, just become more efficient. That's all it is.
He needs to just continue being him.
Yeah.
I feel like he tried to be like maybe 2-3 years ago with like all the Kobe stuff. He was trying to emulate Kobe a little too much.
Yeah.
He needs to stick to his game. What's gotten him this far?
I mean, he's a 6'10" shooting, or he's basically a 6'10" shooting guard, but he's a small forward.
He's a small forward. He's great.
6'10".
You know what I mean?
He should be one of the best two-way players.
Great footwork, great dribble package. You know, guy goes to the lane. He's got a whole he can do everything. You know, he can shoot the midi. He can hit the three. He can drive in the paint. You know what I mean? He can grab a rebound. He can pass. He can do everything that you ask him to do at the highest level. He just needs to do it at the highest stage. That's always been his problem.
Yeah.
At the he's a high level player, but when it comes to the highest stage, it just feels like he gets a little bit of a shadow. You know, it's like his dark side of the moon. If that makes sense.
You know, when you saying that, I think Jason Tatum is what the 76ers thought Ben Simmons was going to be. You have a 6'10", basically a 6'10" guard who can guard 1 through 5 if he needs to. Incredible handle package. Incredible finishing at the rim. The only thing that Ben Simmons doesn't have that Jason Tatum has is a shot. Not only that, but the confidence to take the shot.
And honestly, it's great that you say that, right? Because you go look at Ben Simmons at LSU, man, when he was coming out of the draft. This guy was basketball messiah. People were thinking this guy was gonna be the next Michael.
What's that dude? Colin was saying LeBron James needs to retire because Ben Simmons is here. That was the hype around Ben Simmons when he was coming to. Now don't get me wrong. Before the injury, Ben Simmons was a dog.
Ridiculous.
All-star.
I remember Summer League when he got drafted. That Summer League pulling up from the fucking green.
And that's the thing. He has a shot. People now, because of the whole stigma and him passing, which I think it's because he lost some confidence. He has a decent mid-range shot. 3-pointer, maybe not so much. He has a decent mid-range. He has a pretty good mid-range. He just doesn't take those shots. He just doesn't take them.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't even tell you the last time Ben Simmons played.
He's playing now.
He's playing right now?
Yeah, because he's with he got bought out. He got bought out.
From the Nets?
Yeah, from Nets, and he's with the 76ers.
He went back to the Sixers, Ben Simmons?
Is it Sixers or Clippers? Let me look real quick. Because
I was about to say, I remember Philly drafted him. I remember he was there, and then they got rid of him. They sent him to the Nets, and obviously the Nets bought him out. And then
let me double check.
Shit.
Yeah, he's playing. He's with
Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, he's with the Clippers.
Oh, he's with the
Clippers. My fault. I said he's with the Clippers. He's
what's his name still there coaching?
Doc
Rivers. Yeah.
No. Where's Doc at?
Where is Doc at?
I don't remember. But yeah, he is back playing. He played.
What's his name? Doc Rivers.
He played on the 13th, which was.
Oh, he's the Bucks.
He's with the Bucks. That's right. Which Bucks have had a huge turnaround because they started the season off rough. But he had 12 points.
Are they doing good now?
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing way better than they started.
What's his old boy still there? Fucking Middleton?
Nope, he got traded. He's with the.
Who the fuck is on the bus?
He's with Wizards. They got Kyle Kuzma for him.
Ew. I know hate to Kyle Kuzma. I love you, dog.
But also part of it,
Lakes, you needed to grow up.
But the part of it is Middleton. He was kind of hurt. He wasn't playing.
He was always injured.
So they got Middleton. Like I say, availability is better than nothing.
Honestly, dog.
But yeah, Ben Simmons had 12 points in 27 minutes. He shot 4 for 7 with 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
That's a great role player.
That's all he needs to do.
Great fucking role player. If he can continue to do that, and he can help Kawhi. You know what I mean? I know James Harden's obviously still there. If they can all just figure it out, if Ben Simmons can be what he is right there on the 3, I think they would be great. Because James Harden's obviously running the point. It's fucking James Harden. Me personally, I'm keeping Kawhi at the 2. That's me. A lot of people like to argue, why would you have Kawhi at the 3 at the 4? It's like, I want that, but I already have skilled guys on the back end that I trust to protect the paint and the outside perimeter. Or the outside, like the back wing, right? That little top perimeter, I want Kawhi there. Staring down point guards, their best shooting guard, I don't give a fuck. I want him right fucking there up in everybody's face.
Yeah, it's tough because defensively, you could play Simmons at the 3 or the 4 defensively, but then you could play Kawhi.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, me personally, I would take the chance of having Ben Simmons at the 3 or the 4. That way I know, all right, I got a solid guy right there in the middle, but up front, I got the best defender arguably in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah, Kawhi came back off the injury like he didn't miss a step. The one thing that fascinates me with Kawhi is he's having these injury problems. When he comes back from injury, he plays like he was never injured.
He plays like lights out. It's like he just took a Toradol shot and was like, let's go.
Here's what I think, though. I think the reason why Kawhi kind of takes his time coming back is I think he's one of those players, which, again, I don't think this is bad, but he waits till he's for sure 100% before he comes back. So
yeah.
when he's back, he's good. Versus, some guys try to hurry it
Play
and come back
injured.
at 80%. And then what happens is they
re-aggravate
re-aggravate it,
the
or they're overcompensating with that injury and it turns to injure something else. With Kawhi, he waits. Okay, I'm 100%. I'm good. So when he comes back, 25, 27, 28. Not missing a beat.
And that's what I respect about Kawhi, because one thing that really pisses me off, man, like you say, players come back, they try to play 80%, they're trying to do everything right, and then when it comes out, press conference, oh yeah, my nagging knee injury, blah blah. This, why the fuck you playing?
Well, I will say some guys 80% is better.
It's better than what they got.
Other
right?
people's 100%.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And in terms of
It
that,
depends,
right? The context of it.
Yeah.
But when it's, let's say it's regular season game, like they're about to go. I mean, shit. I was gonna say qualify for, let's say, playoffs, but obviously you want your guy at 80% qualify for the playoffs. But in terms of that, man, it's just hard to always say no. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if it's your best guy and he wants to go play and the doctor says he's good, it's up to him. It's like, you as a coach, you want to tell your guy no and then have him pissed at you, him lose his confidence thinking, oh, I can't get it done, and then just divides the locker room. You know what I mean?
Now, let me look, because I want to say,
Yeah, they're getting it over there.
yeah, like Kawhi's last game he played at 25, 9 from 19.
Oh, my goodness.
He's averaging, right now, 16, but again, that's coming off some injury. But
No, that guy, I know the level of athlete and competitor that Kawhi is. Second to none on this fucking player.
yeah, I think people think I think because of his kind of monotone,
His
like
real
body language,
real
people
nonchalant.
assume, oh, he doesn't want to really be out there, but
They don't give a fuck.
yeah, but I don't think that's the case.
People don't realize Kawhi saw his father get murdered at the age of 16 right in front of him.
Yeah.
And him and his dad were
Close, yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, I said his brother. I mean his dad.
Dad, yeah.
But yeah, his fucking dad worked at a car wash. Him and Kawhi would always be there. And I mean, when you see something like that, and then
because apparently his mom said he was never the same since then.
never the same.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, not too long ago, his sister just got sentenced to life in prison for murder.
He's got a lot of shit going on.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't his mom pass away too?
I think so, yeah.
Like, what is this? Like, so when you look at it like that, the fact that he's still able to go on a global stage, because the NBA is not just America. People from all over the world watch this shit.
No,
you know what
I believe the NBA or basketball is top 5 most popular sport.
I was about to say,
internationally, it's bigger than football.
Besides soccer, it's the most like widely played sport in the world. Besides soccer and baseball.
Yeah, because the barrier of entry is, it's not like like tennis. Tennis is more popular.
Yeah.
But there's a barrier to entry financially, because tennis, you gotta go to a court. It's like golf.
Racket,
it's like golf. It's an expensive sport to get into.
Because it's
basketball, basketball.
Team sports, they'll give you a jersey, pair of shoes,
and then you can go play pick. Like, it's easier to get into.
Yep.
But yeah, it's internationally, basketball is way bigger than football. Way bigger.
No, because football is such an expensive sport. I mean, you gotta buy your own helmet, pads, cleats.
Yeah, it can be.
Whatever else you need, you know what I mean? Because if you're outside playing, obviously, like growing up, Pop Warner, Taifa, like they have here in Texas, you're paying for these tournaments. You're paying for your membership in the actual thing.
The other thing is, like in football, there's not really pickup. Like you don't even have to have a basketball. You can go to a outdoor court, indoor gym. You can go places for free and just play. As a kid, you can just play with no money for some parts, no money. Like, I've been playing basketball since I was 5. In the summers, I used to ride my bike up to the rec. It'd be like a 3-mile, 4-mile ride. Ride back up to the rec. I'd be up there for hours playing every day.
You know my favorite place to go during the summer?
Where?
Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
You go to the fucking Boys and Girls Club, you pay $5 for a summer membership. You get fed, you get housed, you get to play basketball all day.
Play basketball.
You just rent a basketball.
Play basketball. It's so much harder to try to go play like football. You have to go in a league, organized league.
You gotta go.
If they don't provide the equipment, you gotta get the equipment.
And you gotta find 21 other dudes.
Exactly.
Unless you're playing both ways. You know
exactly.
Either way, you're still gotta find 21 other people just to play the game. You know. What I mean?
It's a lot easier to get reps in.
Honestly, basketball was one of the funnest sports I ever played in my entire life.
I love basketball.
I'll never get over football just because the actual physicality, the contact, like the level.
It's like a gladiator sport.
It's like a gladiator fucking sport. You get it's encouraged for you to obviously go hit and tackle somebody.
Yeah.
It's illegal to do that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Outside of the football field. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's controlled chaos, and I love it.
Yeah, it's
Controlled
like
chaos.
I might get some flack from hockey fans, but
Oh, I love hockey though. Team USA.
oh,
Shout
you
out.
saw that?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I'm not into
Dude.
hockey, but I saw that and I was like, that's our fucking country
That's
right
our
there.
fucking
It's
country
America.
right there, dude. Yeah,
Dude, they was
dude.
booing the national anthem,
yeah,
and they
fuck
went
that.
out there and
In the
drugged
first,
them. Oh,
in the
dude.
first 9 seconds, 3 fights.
3 fights, yeah. And it was 2 brothers, right, that started some. Oh man, there's
Nah, I
nothing
know.
more American than whooping somebody's
Whooping
ass,
some ass.
bro.
And on
Oh,
their
my God.
fucking house, and we beat them in the game.
Oh, dude, I love
At their
it.
own sport, their national sport is hockey.
Bro, I
And-
honestly think sports is one of the, like, racism, oppression, all this. Sports is one of those things, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, we can come together for this
Collectively.
one thing and cheer on our team, like country team, for like the way they did. They were like in the Olympics. It don't matter what ethnicity you are, if you are a citizen or you are take pride in being American, it don't matter about none of that stuff during the Olympics. You want your country to win. It could be an Asian American out there. It could be African American. It could be European or Caucasian. It don't matter what color they are. If they are wearing an American USA uniform, the entire country is rooting for you to win.
If they got that Star Spangled Banner on their left
Oh,
pectoral,
There's nothing I take more
we
pride in
come
than
together.
seeing
We come
America
together.
fucking
We
win.
put
dude.
politics aside. We put everything.
All that to the side.
All that to the side.
It's about
fact that we
one
have
country, one nation.
National competitors, our fellow brothers and sisters representing our country as a
Bro.
whole. You best believe I'm
That's
going to support every single one of them until the
beautiful.
last breath in my
Don't matter
body.
what sport.
Don't matter what.
It could be cornhole.
It could be cornhole, shuffleboard.
America.
America.
That's all that matters.
That's it.
I love
That's
it.
That's
I
it.
absolutely love it, dude. But I was gonna say, I might catch flack for hockey fans. I'm not a hockey fan, which I love that. But
Yeah.
one of my friends was like, "Oh yeah, hockey's so good." He's like, "There are fights in the game," and I was like, the reason why football to me is more exciting and more fun because fights aren't a part of the game, but they're a part of the game.
But they're a part of the game.
Because, like, and for me, again, this is just me breaking it down. Again, I understand hockey fans are going to hate this, but if you have to build in fighting into that sport, it's not a fighting sport. It's not UFC. It's not a fighting sport. It's basically soccer on ice skates. If you have to build in fighting to make it more exciting, that's the problem. Football, you don't need that. Dudes are out there in between the lines, in
Trying to
between
kill each
whistles.
other every
It
play.
is legal to, now, to an extent, the game's changed a little bit, but if you are trying to tackle a running back and you come up and just, and then the whistle, that's legal. And then when they do fight, it's more exciting because it's not a part of the game, but it happens.
It happens.
So it kind of is. I love to see when a quarterback takes a hit from a guy late and offensive line. Oh, I love it.
Boom.
I'm a
And the whole team getting
I'm a
in the fight. Oh,
defensive
dude.
player. I'm defensive minded, but there's nothing more I love to see than an offensive lineman getting a dude's face for a cheap shot on their quarterback. Oh, dude, there's
Love
nothing
it.
better.
I love it. Yeah.
There's you get a penalty. I promise you, the coach is fine with that because they got to protect their quarterback, dude.
No,
I
and
love
when
it.
the whole O-line gets in there and it's a whole dogfight, right? They start throwing punches and shit. It's just so exciting. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, dude, this one
That's
guy,
my team.
this one
Yeah.
guy holding the reins, like they'll go to fucking war for this guy.
War,
They'll
dude.
run through a fucking wall.
Literally a wall.
questions
Literally, a wall of
asked.
people they're running through. Literally.
It's just so much better. The camaraderie, the brotherhood. The other day, there was a big clip. Baker Mayfield, he was like getting all up in someone's face. They were down. They were losing.
Yeah.
Whole team just runs over there to him, bro. And they all get into a fight. He literally just walks off. He's like,
And
all
then
right, we're good now.
what also I love about football is it's on the surface it looks like just guys running into each other and you're just trying to get this ball to the end zone.
Mhm.
The technicality
Oh.
of football is so complex. It's chess. It looks like a gladiator. It's a gladiator sport on the surface, but the technicality it takes to read a defense, check out of it. If a box loading, you check to a pass. If you got a nickel package, you might check to a run depending on the down and distance, how much time's left, where you are on the field. The technicality takes for that sport, dude. It's fascinating. I love it. It's my second favorite sport behind basketball, but I absolutely love it.
Because football goes 0 to 100. So
Look, at the snap of a ball,
at the snap
it
of a ball,
literally
it's
0 to
complete
100. Chaos.
stillness. Eye of
then
the
as
storm. And
soon
then
as
it just
that ball
turns into
moves,
a fucking, it's a storm. You know what I mean?
You got guys blitzing.
You got 350-pound men going against other 350-pound men and clashing, And then you got a 220, 230 pound running back running behind him full speed, trying to get in between them. And then you got another 230 pound guy running full speed downhill, ready to kill this guy. It's dude. I love it. I love it. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. There's a reason every single Sunday, all of America sits down on their couch and watches football.
It's America's sport.
It's what makes the world go round. It's America's sport. It's America's fucking sport.
Now, what's your take on the Super Bowl? Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Shout out to Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out Devontae Smith. Shout out Saquon Barkley. Shout out Cooper DeJean. The rest of y'all, I don't care.
Shout out AJ Brown, my former Titan.
So, I love the Super Bowl. I think the Eagles finally exposed the Chiefs.
I literally said that on my last episode of the NFL coverage.
I truly believe that the Eagles figured out how to contain Patrick Mahomes, and I truly think that this isn't going to be the fall off of Patrick Mahomes.
No, shout out Chiefs for making it to the Super Bowl. For
making it, right? Y'all had one of the worst offenses in the league.
And still made it. That's a testament to
the
defense and Andy Reid and their offensive coordinator.
So shout out y'all.
Literally doing just enough to get that win.
Just enough. And I can respect that any day of the week and twice on
win's
Sunday.
A win.
A win's a win.
Yeah.
It's sure a fucking mile.
Yeah,
right?
Don't matter.
But when it came to a Super Bowl, the Eagles did not blitz them once. You know that,
Not
right?
a single blitz.
You
with
saw that?
16 pressures.
That's what I'm saying.
3 forced turnovers.
And 9 sacks.
With just the 4 dogs.
Literally, from
being
Georgia.
let off the wrist.
From Georgia.
Literally 4
Nolan
Bulldogs.
Smith, Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis.
3
Bulldogs.
3 Bulldogs. Literally just ball snap, leash is gone.
BGO, ball get off, man. Those guys are second to none. And so you asked what I thought about the game, right? I truly believe that the Eagles exposed the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They figured out, and I think the rest of the league is on notice now. They're going to look at that film and they're going to understand, all right, as long as we can keep Patrick Mahomes contained in the pocket, not let him dance outside, do his dumb bullshit.
And once he starts dancing, it's a problem. It's going to be a long game.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Once he gets out the pocket, that's when he's the most dangerous quarterback. Is when he gets out of the pocket.
Yeah.
And the Eagles realized that. Why? And what did they start doing? They started rushing wide to the point where he doesn't have that opportunity. And then what do? They just close the gap.
Close it.
And Patrick Mahomes, you can tell he's not. When you saw him in the pocket and you saw how flustered he was literally making the worst decisions I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Stepping up in the pocket straight into pressure, it's like, you're one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. You would think, all right, instead of me just getting sacked right here for 6 or 7 yards, all right, let me just toss this away real quick.
Yeah.
Or at least toss it at the feet of my check down right there. So it's 2nd and 10, not 2nd and 17, 2nd and 16. You know what I mean? Because at that point, now you can't run the ball. What are you going to do? Get extra yards? So it's 3rd and 12? You don't have it. It's not smart. At that point, now you have to do 2 passes just to get that first down. Defense already knows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm going manned up on 2nd down.
Yeah.
I just got a sack. Are you shitting me? And they're 16 yards away. I'm manning up right there. I'm going to let these dogs eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they figured that out. So, I think from the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are now, I think their dynasty's over.
Really?
I do not think they will make a championship game again. I don't. They'll go in the playoffs. I think they'll go 1 or 2. But I don't. I think Patrick Mahomes' window of greatness has not completely shut,
but it's closing.
It's really closing.
I think it's too early to tell just off of one
And here's
loss.
another reason. Let me tell you that Hollywood Brown has not turned into what they've been, or they wanted him to be. Right. They thought he was going to be this deep threat. Already got hurt. He already proved he's not durable. Rashid Rice just tore his ACL.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's going to come back and be the same guy. Travis Kelce already showed us he's 37 years old.
Yeah.
Guy did nothing in the Super Bowl. You go watch the film, it was literally just lollygagging. They're just not doing shit.
Yeah.
He's out. He's gone. He's got nothing left to prove. Right? Isaiah Pacheco, not the same running back he was before he broke his arm. So who does that leave on the team?
Xavier Worthy.
Outside him and Patrick Mahomes?
Now, I think this shows that, I don't want to say it's impossible, but this shows that you need a run game to get to keep you at that level. You need a run game.
100%. And the only reason these past couple of years, the Chiefs have been able to get away with it because of how high-powered their passing offense was. Right?
Yeah.
They had such great receivers on the outside. Not this past year, but like the year before, they had they had Smith-Schuster, obviously a better Trav, healthy Pacheco. That Noah Gray guy, that second tight end last year, was a dog. He had like 600
Did they
yards.
have Watson last year?
They did. They had Christian Watson.
Yeah.
They had Sky Moore. He never really turned into much. They had Kadarius Toney. You know, like they had a
they had guys that were going to catch the ball.
Exactly.
It was by committee. They didn't have like a.
They didn't have a clear cut.
They didn't have a Justin Jefferson.
No,
but they had. It was by committee.
But they had basically enough, like Adam Thielen's out there to the point where they could move the chains,
move the ball.
You know what I mean? So now that they don't have that, and now that they know Patrick Mahomes actually is human, and you can get pressure on him, and you can get in his head. I honestly, after Tom Brady whooped his ass, I thought that was his window. That was the end of it. I thought came back, won 2 more.
Yeah,
respect. After the second time, though,
we'll see. Because what I will say
and I know the ending score was 40-22. Those were garbage time points.
Oh, those last 2 touchdowns.
They were playing third stringers at that point. I don't count that. So they really lost 40-7, just like what the Tampa Bay Bucs did to them.
Yeah, for me, it's too early to say that because even though personnel-wise, offensively, because the thing is,
they retained everyone on defense.
Hey, if you got a defense like that, you have a chance. Now, here's what I will say in Patrick Mahomes' defense. I think it's the best defense he's ever gone against. I don't know if he'll have to go against this caliber of a defense again.
I don't know.
I think it's one of the best.
I was about to say that 21 Bucs team.
Dogs.
Crazy, bro.
But I have to have this Eagles team up there. One, they were the number 1 defense the entire year.
Oh, ridiculous.
Second, the fact that if you can get 16 pressures, 9 sacks, and 3 forced turnovers, not blitzing a single time.
4 guys?
Not blitzing a single time, that is, at least Super Bowl wise, got to be one of the best defensive performances.
That's 2000 Ravens ass.
Oh my, yes.
That's 2000 Ravens ass. They're arguably the greatest defense ever assembled.
Yeah.
Ravens.
So, but what I will say is the Chiefs are a well-ran organization.
Oh,
so
ridiculous.
This offseason,
their GM is stupid.
This offseason, I do believe that they are going to make the necessary drafts and free agency pickups and potentially trades they need to get their team back. Because it's not like they're in this rebuild stage.
No.
Because all you really have to do is focus offensively in the draft and free agency pickup, and then whatever you do lose defensively, you just draft for depth. You pretty much just draft for depth.
Yeah, for depth and development.
Right, and then because I do think there's a chance that the Chiefs. I mean, will they go on another 2-year run? Maybe, maybe not. But I do think Patrick could probably get another 1 or 2. Because I mean, how old is he? He still has some years left.
I think he's like 28, 29?
He has years left. He could be one of those guys we're talking about, like Tom Brady, as playing into his late 30s, 40s. I mean, I think he still has a shot.
Man. After this,
we'll see.
After him getting his ass whooped the way he did, I don't think we can compare him to Tom again.
No, I'm just saying Tom Brady-esque in terms of playing till he's at older
40,
age. Yeah, playing another. If he's 28, he can play another 10 years.
29.
29?
Yeah.
Could he? Does he want to play that long? Will he? I don't know, but he could potentially. Like that is a thing.
Damn, apparently he cut his hair.
Cut it like buzz cut?
I don't know.
Oh well, time will tell. But what I will say, who
dog? Nah, he coming for heads. Now he coming for scalps.
Because he shaved his head.
Yeah, that's how you know he's on his demon era. He's like, nah, fuck the haircut. We ain't worried about this no more.
Now, what I will say, let me fact check this.
I will say though, outside of Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest, or should I say, second greatest quarterback I have ever seen with my own eyes.
Now here's the thing.
I truly believe Aaron Rodgers, prime Aaron Rodgers, is the greatest thrower of the football I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
Prime Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
You can agree on that?
Yes, I agree on that.
Yeah. I've never seen a guy throw a better ball than Aaron Rodgers.
Now here's what I say. Chiefs GM that you're talking highly of, he's no longer with the Chiefs. He's with the Tennessee Titans.
Oh,
I had to check because I wanted to
and
make
that's
sure.
that y'all even had the top defense in the league for like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
10 to 11 weeks, y'all
Yeah.
were number one. And
Yeah,
I know y'all finished top 5. I know
Yeah,
that.
we had our defense.
Offense
solid.
was atrocious.
Tell me about it.
Will Levis, he throws 4 touchdowns one week, next week 4 picks. I'm like,
Yeah.
I honestly, I really think that they give him a worse rap than what he deserves. They got rid of Rabel. After they got rid of Rabel,
Yeah.
I really think that
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that.
didn't
I think Mike Rabel is a great coach. I mean, shit. He went to the playoffs, what, 6 of the 7 years?
I think
that he
so,
was there?
yeah.
5 of the 7, something like that. And he went to the AFC Championship, what, twice? Derrick Henry ran for 2K, what, twice? You know?
Yeah. And the year he got hurt, he was on pace to break the record.
Yeah, he had 1,100 yards in like 9 games.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
I was about to say he had more rushing yards than like half the league, and he didn't even play half the season. And what's even crazy, he got it done with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
No hate to you, dog. I love you, dog. And back in the Miami days, you were great. He got it right done with Ryan Tannehill. So, I really think that they pushed him out and gave him the shit end of the stick. But I mean, at the end of the day, football's a business. If you're not winning football games and the offense looks atrocious, your ass is out of there.
Yeah,
In his last year, he was bad.
I think
Derrick Henry got hurt.
With Levis, I think they started too early.
Yes.
I think he could have developed, and he still has potential to develop, but now he's on the clock because he's the starter, and if he doesn't start showing something by the time his extension comes up, it's gonna be a problem. If they have,
I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, what's up?
Do you want Shador Sanders? Or do you want Cam Ward? Me personally, by the time, I'm getting Travis Hunter. And I'm putting him in corner. And that's it. He's not playing both.
The thing is, I don't know if you draft a corner with your first. If you have the number 1 overall pick, I don't know if you draft a corner. Because corner is one of those positions where if you get. Actually, I don't want to say that. Okay, I'll say this. I'll say this. Because I got to be.
You got to realize who his coach is.
I got to be specific with my words. But for the most part, there are exceptions. If you drafting a corner as the number 1 overall pick is one of those positions where you don't need the best corner for your secondary to be what you need it to be.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the positions where a position where one person makes all the difference, receiver, running back,
defensive
quarterback, and a defensive end, which defensive line we're set. So when it comes to the quarterback, here I don't know. Here's my thing.
Y'all still got Jarrell Casey?
I don't know.
Guy's a dog.
I don't know.
He's still there.
But what I will say is, if I'm the Titans, here I don't know. I think from a quarterback perspective, to me it depends on the offensive line. If the offensive line doesn't get fixed, I think.
Oh no, he retired.
I'll say this. I think drafting Shador, I think it's a win-win. To where even if he doesn't turn out exactly how you want, like this next level, next prophesized quarterback, he's still going to be a good quarterback. And here's my thing. If there was a guy that was more equipped to play on the Titans, assuming their offensive line doesn't get where it was, Shador's the most capable because he has played in college his whole career with a bad offensive line.
And the only thing that I will attest to that, bro, is the guy's mobility is just.
That's the other thing. The mobility of Shador. I think he's the most capable out of the two to play for the Titans. Because, not to say the Cam,
his mobility's just horrible.
Not to say Cam isn't a good quarterback. It's just
he just looks like he don't even want to be out there.
Well, it's just that the Titans, you got to be a specific type of quarterback play for Titans.
Yeah.
I think the Titans need to try to lean into the dual threat quarterback.
Cam Ward relies more on his talent more than his IQ for the game. I would say Shador Sanders is a more pro-ready quarterback, but in terms of who has a higher ceiling, 100% is Cam Ward.
You said Cam?
Cam Ward's got an arm, man. Ridiculous. I'm not sure if you know, but he played at UIW.
No, I did not know
here
that.
in San Antonio.
I did not know that.
He won collegiate player of the whole United States.
Yeah.
In the
before he
CUSA
transferred.
bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Before he tried, guess what his Here.
What?
44-3. And like 4,000 yards. Here at UIW Cardinal, yeah.
He's a dog.
Won a national championship for UIW, I swear.
Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Travis Hunter, if I'm the Titans, I want him at receiver. But I'm saying for the Titans, is he better at corner? Probably. But if I'm the Titans, our secondary's good. Our defense is good.
Who do y'all even have on at corner?
I don't know the name specifically, but I just know that we have one of the top secondaries in the league.
I know y'all do, and that's that y'all got rid of Kevin Byard. Like,
I was upset at that.
I was so fucking pissed. And what's crazy, the Eagles picked him up.
Yeah,
but they ended up releasing him after like 3 weeks. Guy was old as shit.
Yeah. But the Titans need a down the field. They need to replace what they lost with AJ Brown. They need a down the field 50-50
and
ball
that was
guy.
supposed to be Treylon Burks, but he never turned into anything.
Yeah, just injuries.
Yeah.
But that's
what they go pick up Calvin Ridley, but Calvin Ridley already lost a step. He's more of a route runner now.
Well, the thing is, if you look at Calvin Ridley, he had over 1,000 yards.
No, he had about a cool 1,100.
Yeah, so it's like we gotta pair him with somebody, and they need
a quarterback.
They need somebody that can go downfield. But the thing with the quarterback is, I think the Titans could potentially, if you draft, I think they need to go get. I think they're going to draft quarterback. Is what I think they'll do.
I really hope they don't, because I think you give Will Levis another shot, man.
Either that, or you pick up somebody in free agency. If you could go get you a down the field monster, it's like no knock on Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold with Justin Jefferson,
that's what I attribute.
He changed his whole career. He revitalized his career because you got a guy like Justin Jefferson that if you can just Sam Darnold is a competent quarterback. If you just get him the ball, let your receiver do what he does.
The only thing that I don't like about Sam Darnold against the Lions, man.
I mean,
he shit the bed not once.
Yeah, but it's the Lions. Lions, that's tough. Lions is tough.
Lions is tough. I'll give him benefit. But you're not wrong, right? You go throw Sam Darnold on the Vikings. Nobody expected him to go throw for 37 touchdowns and only like 9 picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you get a guy like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, running back in the backfield to Aaron fucking Jones. I know Hawkins saw he was injured about half the year, but once that dude came back and everything was firing on all cylinders, I mean, shit, the guy looked like Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So, in terms of Will Levis, it's like you say, you get him another down the field guy, just like Calvin Ridley, or another like AJ Brown, just a big 50-50 guy, or someone that can take a slant 60. You know what I mean? So if you can get him that, and arguably you can say they tried to do that, but with old ass D-Hop, that don't really count. I mean, dude, if they could get like Tyrone McMillan out of Arizona, the 6'5" dude, him and Calvin Ridley, are you shitting me? Crazy work. And they got Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears at the running back. Yeah, retarded. And then I don't know if they have that tight end still. Fuck. What's
yeah.
They have him.
Yeah,
him. That's scary. That's a dark horse team. You know what I mean?
But it's gonna come down. It doesn't matter what quarterback you pick if you don't fix that offensive line. It won't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter who's out there running routes. You don't got time to throw.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, what happened to the O-line that they had when Derrick Henry was there? Did everybody just get old? Like, did people just leave? Like, what happened?
What's his name?
I know Lawan
retired, which that was a huge part. He was our best. He was one of our best offensive line for years.
Yeah, he was one of the best left tackles.
He kind of just went to a rebuild with the offensive line. That's what happened. But we'll see. Time will tell. But real quick. More hobbies. Before we let's segue into this because we're hitting our time here. One of your hobbies, talking about like being in the gym. What are some of the things that like you're trying to work on when it comes to your mental and physical health?
I would say more discipline when it comes to eating. I tend to actually eat out a lot. Obviously, I meal prep. I make my chicken quarter, rice, beans, just to get the carbs in the body. Just the standard, get the iron, the vitamins, all that. You can get it all out of rice, beans, and chicken. Yeah. Or you can substitute chicken, turkey, ground beef, whatever your preferred protein is. But I've noticed I tend to eat out a lot, I'm not as cut as I used to be, and I would like to be more cut, so I do try to be a little more conscious, or starting the year off being more conscious of what I actually do put in my body. And I want to, instead of only drinking a gallon of water a day, I want to get to 2 gallons a day. I'm not sure if that's good for you or not, but
That's probably too much.
Too much? You think so?
Yeah, you're honestly, really, as long as you're drinking.
I hear if you drink at least half a gallon a day, you're fine.
Well, it's half your body weight plus 16 ounces.
Half your body weight plus 16 ounces.
That's like what you, like, minimum. Now, if you do a gallon, that's fine, but if you do 2, you're probably overhydrating.
Yeah, and that's just bad.
And then that starts messing with, like, your sleep, because you're going to wake up, like, 3 or 4 times to pee.
Yeah.
But as long as you're doing half your body weight in ounces, and then the 16 is you generally lose about a pound of water, which is about a 16-ounce bottle of water during your workout. So if you drink 16 ounces during your workout, on top of that half your body weight, that's usually you're hitting your mark.
Oh, yeah. I usually drink like 3 water bottles whenever I'm actually at the gym.
Yeah.
'Cause I drink water when I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
I drink my whole blender bottle, and that's already a cool 20 ounces, so 60 ounces of water in the gym. So
yeah,
I mean, subtract the 16, that's what, 34 that I did keep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely one of the hobbies. Another hobby that I do want to, or I have actually taken up a little bit, is reading. I used to not really be a big reader.
Yeah.
But
you doing like reading or like audiobooks?
Reading. Yeah, like sitting down, paper, hardcover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I started The Art of War. You know,
I heard that's a really good book.
It's a little outdated in terms of certain things that are presented in the book, but I mean, for the most part, all of it's pretty, like, you can attribute it to your everyday life, and I would say it only benefits you.
Yeah.
Because it's literally the art of war, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual. Yeah, I mean, like, it basically teaches you how to go about your life and understand your feelings and not be overwhelmed whenever they do present themselves in hard situations.
Yeah.
Obviously, the art of war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely another one. And another was hiking.
Hiking,
man. Yeah, you just AirPods, sunglasses, a little like 10, 20 pound plate. You know, you just go hike. Absolutely fantastic.
That's crazy.
No, it's fantastic. Like, honestly, it's great. Like, there's a trail all the way at the top of behind Crown Ridge, my old apartment complex. It's like in the hill area, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-3 mile trail, whatever. But like, you're going up slopes, you're going down. You know, like, you're going through little, like, it's just so fun. You know what I mean? It'll take you around a good like hour and a half just to get through the whole thing. Obviously, you're walking, you're not fucking running. But just going out there, getting the smells, you know, getting a little bit of sun on your face, you know, it's just better. Like, it just feels great, you know, because I want better hobbies, obviously, in 2025. We're trying to leave drinking in 2024. Obviously, I do partake in alcoholic beverages, but just not as much as I did before, you know. Going to the bar every weekend is just, no, it's not.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. It isn't. And just waking up hungover on a Saturday, you got work the next day. It's like, I just don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'd rather be productive rather than taking a step back.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to do the? Did I tell you about the carnivore diet, right?
Oh yeah, you just eat eggs, meat.
Yeah. So I just did it for 4 weeks. I finished it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I got down to 193.
Shit.
So in December I was 215, and then like early December I was 215, and then when I went home for break, I cut my calories from 4,300 to 2,500.
Damn.
Standard 2,500.
You didn't get sick?
No.
I know you were hungry in the motherfucker.
Oh, dude, what? Oh my god, dude, it was
drinking water all the time.
Dude, it was tough. But when I did the 2,500, it wasn't carnivore yet. But I just cut it 2,500, just eating like normal, but just capping at 2,500. And so I went from, and that's before the diet. So from 215 to the start of the carnivore, I went from 215 to 204. Just cutting it to 2,500, not going over 2,500. Most of the time, I was probably averaging like 22 to 2,300 on average. Just staying there, not going over. I got down to 204. I started the carnivore for 4 weeks. I got down to 193. And it lean, bro.
Let me ask. I was about to say, you're looking lean right now.
I'm back up to 210 now.
Back up to 210 right now? Okay. Fair
But what's crazy is once I lost the weight, since I've gone back, so now I'm back, I'm up to 4,500 calories a week or a day.
Yeah.
And that's on average. Like, I think the other day I was at like 47, maybe 4,800 calories. But since I'm doing that, I've noticed the weight I'm putting back on, I still look just as lean when I was 193, but I'm putting back on just straight weight.
That's funny you say that, right? This past November, I had gotten the flu, like, really bad.
Yeah.
I lost 12 pounds, 13 pounds. I was weighing 138.
Ooh.
Bad.
Oh my God.
Like, I was lean as shit. Don't get me wrong, I look like a boxer and everything, but, like, bro, like, I had no strength.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, I was... Fast forward, right? I'm down in the valley. Grandma's food, mom's food.
Yeah. Eating.
I go back up to, right now I'm at about like 153, 154. I look 160 just because I'm so full.
Yeah.
But whenever I cut down to basically cut down, right, from being sick, whenever I put all the weight back on, it just looks like you know what I mean? Exactly like you said.
You're still working out.
You just look fuller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I don't have like striations and shit. I'll call her in a bit. I don't have striations and shit like I did before, right? Like, I used to have like the crazy ass veins and like this thing popping out. Like, I still have it, but it's just not like I did before. But the weight that I'm pushing now is just entirely different. It's entirely different. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I'm in there and I feel superhuman. I'm like, oh shit, dog. Like, I don't remember pushing this weight 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dude, it's a good reset.
It's a great reset, honestly.
Yeah, cause dude, when I got down to 183, dude. My inflammation went away in my knees. Like, I felt good. I didn't, not that I felt bad before, but like, I know, I was just lighter, so it was less stress on my knees.
Yeah.
And so I was bad dunking in the gym, which I hadn't in like a long time because my knees got bad.
Yeah. No, I remember you have no cartilage in your fucking knees.
Yeah. So, but dude, I felt good. I felt light, but I did feel it lifting weights. I'm like, I didn't get too much weaker, but I could feel like weight I normally could pump. I'm like kind of struggling a little bit.
You used to push 3 plates on the squat, maybe what, 8, 9 reps?
Oh, probably more than that. I was doing, probably 10.
Like 10 reps,
5 sets of 10 for 315.
I guarantee you cut down to 193, you try to hit 315, you're gonna get about 5 or 6.
I didn't even attempt on that. Well, I'm in upper body season, so I'm not going crazy with squats. But like today I only did.
So let me ask you this. Normal bench set, working set, what do you hit? 2 plates, 25?
Right now, so for set, like let's say yesterday was sets of 3, 5 sets of 3, and I did 280.
Oh shit.
But that's early on. So what I do is when I first start, I start lighter than what I normally would start, and I add weight every week. So like next week I'm gonna do 285. Yeah, and then because for sets of 3, I'll probably be in like another month. I'll be doing 315 plus for sets of 3, and then Fridays is sets of 2. So I'm hoping in the next month I'll be at like 340, 345 for sets of 2.
No, so whenever I go to the gym, I know progressive overloads work. Instead of adding weight, I try to do more reps.
More reps, yeah.
So and eventually I'll get to the more weight, but it's all right. So 1 week I'm doing like 5 sets of plate and a 35 on bench. All right, but like next week I want to be able to do 6 to 7 reps.
Yeah.
The week after that, all right, 7 to 8. Maybe week after that, maybe I can squeeze out 9. Until I really get to that 10, and they're comfy 10.
Then you add the weight.
Then we'll add the weight, because at that point I know, all right, I'm gonna be able to control it. It's gonna move. I'm not ego lifting.
Yeah.
And we're actually gaining strength because you feel it out of the reps. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. Like for the past maybe, and I notice it mostly on my squat. Like I do 5 to 6 reps, 2 plates with good form, ass to grass, like all the way the fuck down. You know what I mean? But I've been on 2 plates consistently for maybe about like the past like 4 months. Just because, all right, I went from 5 to 6 reps, then you go, because squat is not easy to gain reps on those.
Yeah.
And then obviously when I do a warm-up set, sometimes I'll do 10 reps, sometimes I'll do 15. So that'll also impact the working sets. But no, yeah, it's consistently gone. Like I started off at 3 reps, but all the way to the ground. I mean, like my butt's literally touching the floor, and then you go all the way the fuck back up. We're not doing 90s. We're doing straight 30s. You know what I mean? Went from 3, jumped up to 5. Now I'm at 6 to 7. There's been days where I get 9 reps.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm just carved out that day. You know what I mean?
Just feel good.
I just feel good. You know what I mean? But I haven't been able to hit 10. I haven't done it yet. I'll be right there, and I'm like this close to like, you know?
Yeah.
And it falls, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, until I actually comfortably get that fucking 10, I'm not throwing that 25.
You wait. Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
So
make sure your body can handle it before you add the weight.
exactly, because then you go start adding weight, and then you start getting shitty form, and then you're basically not benefiting yourself, although you're doing that weight. You're just gonna fuck yourself up. You know what I mean? And I've seen that from some of my buddies who are very tall. You know what I mean? Because obviously you're longer, there's more weight on all your joints and stuff, and I see them ego lift, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna blow out a knee, you're gonna fuck something up.
Yeah.
Sure enough, a couple months down the line, they tell me, oh, dude, my knee always hurting, blah, blah, this and that. And I'm like, it's because you went up in weight, but you didn't keep your form.
Yeah.
Like, you're lifting shitty,
you gotta
know what I mean?
scale back the weight, yeah.
Exactly. But they don't like to hear that, you know? But
they'll figure it out. But before we wrap up, give me one piece of advice. It could be something that somebody told you that resonated with you, or something that you're kind of living by right now. What's the piece of advice you leave to people?
be yourself.
Hey.
I feel like it's so simple. Everybody gets, and don't get me wrong, right? You can model your game after a lot of people. That's fine. Everybody models their game after something. But model that game and put your touch on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I see so many people always trying to be something they're not, and trying to force something and wonder, oh, why isn't this working out? This, that, the third. It's like, maybe that just isn't meant for you. You need to be yourself. You know what I mean? With what you've always done good, not what everybody else does good, or what you think looks cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean that in a sense of just like how you treat people, how you go about your routines, everything, just how you live your life. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's trying to be like Duke Dennis and all this crazy shit off with a bunch of streamers, and like, that's cool, you know, but model your game after that. Don't try to be that person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can be inspired, but
be inspired,
don't,
but don't be like,
don't try to copy them.
Don't be a copycat. You know what I mean? Don't be a mimic, you know? So that's literally the best piece of advice I can give anybody. Just be yourself, dog. You'll pull a lot more women that way too.
Well, y'all heard it here. Another episode of Uncle Strib, Bryan Sosa. Catch you guys next time.
Absolutely.
Bet. All right.
I'm gonna chase my dreams.